Okay, then. Good evening, guys. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How are you all? Good evening, everyone. Good evening, guys. Good evening, everyone. How are you all? Can you please tell me quickly? Good evening, Utpal. Good evening, German to English. Good evening, Subhashini. Good evening, guys. Good evening, Akhilesh, Ritik. Good evening. Good evening, guys. Good evening, everyone. Hello, everyone. Am I audible? Am I visible? Can you guys see my screen completely? Can you please tell me that real quick? So good evening once again, and I think it's been a lot of days, around maybe 12, 13 days, something like that. And last time actually, I got some internet issue in the last time when we were making, when we were making the project. So now today we are restarting the whole project again, okay, because I don't want any confusion. And again, it's been a lot of days. So we'll be restarting the whole project again. Okay, so today is day one. So we'll try to create half the project today and half the project tomorrow. And maybe on Friday night or something like that, we might also have a chill stream to solve some doubts if you guys have any. But before that, guys, first of all, I hope I'm completely visible. Okay, and it might be a little odd, right? That today I'm looking up for the chats, but don't worry, I'm actually not at home. I'm traveling. So I'm somewhere. Okay, and at that place, I'm using the TV in that room as my second screen and it's on the wall. So that's why I have to watch, a little up like this. So it's not an odd, guys. It's not odd. I hope you can understand that. So for the chats, I always have to, watch up. Okay, that's all. Other than that, I'll be watching in the screen directly to you. Okay. So good evening and welcome back, guys. Welcome back, everyone. And let's go and let's start the session, guys. I hope you're excited and I hope that everything that we have learned in React, there is no confusion in that because, in this whole course, now again, guys, you can consider that this is the day 8 of the course, right? So in the whole course, we have learned so many things. We talked about components, we talked about props, we talked about state, right? We saw how to do routing, right? We saw how to use context, we saw how to use useref, use effect. We talked about a lot of hooks, right? So we have learned a lot of things in React. Okay, and today we are going to be basically culminating everything that we have learned. We're going to be collecting everything that we have learned and will be using in this particular project. Okay, and before that, guys, I hope there's no echo or something like that because the room is closed. So just wanted to confirm if there is an echo or something like that. Okay, can you guys please quickly tell me there's no echo? All good, all clear? Is my voice completely clear to you guys? Are you in abroad, sir? No, it's not abroad. I'm still in India, but not in Mumbai. I'm basically here for work, some work. So yeah, but I want to continue the stream because I know I want to complete the project. I want the project to be completed for you guys, and a lot of streams are coming your way. So guys, can you please confirm that? Okay, no echo, nothing, all good. Because this is the first time I'm streaming from this room. So just want to confirm so that because for the next 3 months, I'll be taking lectures from this room only. So just want to confirm if there's an echo or everything is good so that, I can comfortably say that this setup is nice and I don't have to change my setup anymore. I was struggling with the setup in this new room. So I hope it's all good now. Okay, amazing then. Okay, so guys, as you can see, I hope you remember that we were making a nutrition tracker app. Let's quickly go ahead and, quickly just, let's do a quick revision. Okay, so far, just, because it's been around, somewhat like, 13 days, 12 days before we last seen any React session. So just to, understand what we have done so far. So we have talked about what exactly is React. Now we know what is React, how to install it, how to set it up. It's simply a user interface creation library or something like that. We talked about that. Okay, we basically use React to create front-end applications, right? Front-end web application. Then we talked about state and props. I hope there's no confusion in that as well, right? We talked about state and props. Then we talked about different hooks. So we understood the life cycle. Okay, and so let me just quickly make it life cycle. And then we talked about the use effect hook. We also talked about this. We talked about the use state hook. We talked about the use a lot of things, right? We talked about use ref hook. Okay, we also saw routing. Correct, everyone? We also saw context. So these are all the things. I think this is not all the things. We have learned so many things, right? But I think these are all the things that we have learned so far and much more than this. I think we also saw how to create components properly, right? We also saw that how to do styling. So we have seen so many things, right? So guys, today, by using all these things, we are creating a nutrition tracker app. Okay, But then if you're making an app for all the new people like who are joining it for the first time, who have not seen any other session, or you are not familiar with what we are doing here, okay? So guys, this React course is a part of a full stack course which I'm taking from last 2 months, okay? So in this React application, we are only making the front end. But don't worry about the backend because backend is already made. So in my Node.js course, which was just before React, so just before the React course, I took a Node.js course. So there I completely created a food tracker API. Okay, so you can, on my channel only, you can just go and just search for the complete Node.js API development and you can find the whole API development logic there. Okay, so we learned the whole Node.js there and we also created the whole API, and that is the API I'll be using here. So for all the people who know, the API is up and running. You can see that the API is running all good and we'll be directly using it. Is that clear, guys? For all the people who don't know, for the people who are new to React, you don't even have to worry about API because as a front-end developer, you don't need to know what's exactly going on inside the API. So just telling you that if you're new and if you're directly learning React and if you don't know what API I have created, you don't have to worry because as a front-end developer, you don't have to worry about what is going inside the API. What you need to know is what are the endpoints, what is the URL I have to call, and what kind of data to expect from there. That is all you need to know, right? But again, in future, if you're curious, you can go and watch my Node.js complete course. There you can see how I developed that whole API. But again, guys, you don't need to know that. You just need to know that there is some API, which if I call this URL, I'll get this data. And don't worry, I'll explain you that. If you're not there in the API development course, I'll explain you what we have made. Okay, but don't worry about that. Bro, how do you get blue star? Blue star. Oh, that I think Bishal, that blue star is because of the membership. So I think Utpal has taken the membership. Okay, guys, everyone up and ready to start, guys? Please tell me. Okay, so first of all, let's go ahead and let's quickly discuss the features of this nutrition tracker app. So guys, just to give you a simple idea, this nutrition tracker app is nothing but a place or an app or a website where a person will come, register themselves, and after registering, they will log in. After login, they will have a place where they can add a food item that they have eaten in the day and how much they have eaten, maybe 100 grams or 2 cups or something like that. Okay. And our app will track it for them. So basically, they will register first, then they will log in. After login, they will say, okay, fine, I have eaten, let's say, 2 plates of dal today, or 1 plate of chicken curry today. And internally, our app will track what they have eaten. And our app will also show them that these many calories you have eaten in the whole day. And this particular food item is giving you this much calories, this much protein, this much carbohydrates. And we'll also track the whole day food. So let's say if they have eaten 10 items in the whole day, we will give them a final idea of how much calories they have eaten, how much protein they have got, how much carbohydrates, how much fiber. So that's the whole idea. Will be basically, they will be able to track their nutrition for that day. And not only that day, we'll be having a history option as well. So if they go ahead and select yesterday's date, we'll also show them what they ate yesterday and also day before that, any date in the past. Surely we can't go in the future. So any date in the past will show them what they have eaten on that particular day. Is that clear, guys? So that's the whole idea. That's the whole idea. Okay. So basically the features are user will register first, then user will log in. And then third feature is once they log in, they can simply track a food item. Okay. Any food item. And then fourth feature is user, let me mention user will see all food items with details, nutrition details, okay, for that day. Okay, and fifth feature is user can also see the history of their eating habits, whatever it is. Right, so that's the basic feature, guys. In future, you can also integrate diet plans, exercise plans, all of that, and make this app much more bigger. But this is what we want to create for now. A sample, a very simple project, but having a lot of good features to start with. Sir, why so late after? Actually, I was traveling a lot. Okay, that's why I didn't get time. So now I have directly started streaming from here. So guys, everyone, are we cleared with this? Please confirm that quickly so that we can simply go ahead and start moving with the project. And let me see, where's my mouse? Okay. And let me convert it to live chat because I don't know if I'm able to see the chats. Okay. Last time we made login register with black and orange theme. Yes. That's why I'm creating it again. I didn't get the time. I was traveling continuously. Okay. So going here and there a lot. So now I'm completely at one place so we can start. Okay, guys. So this is the feature. And now see, for all the people who have not created the API with me or have not seen the API, don't worry. As I said, as a front-end developer, you don't have to worry about how the API is working. As a front-end developer, you just need to know what is the endpoint, what is the URL you have to call, what is the data you have to send, and what you're going to receive. That's all. Okay. So that's why, guys, as a React developer, we should know this. Okay. So there is an endpoint called as localhost colon 8000 slash register. It's a local server. That's why localhost colon 8000. If it's some actual server, there might be some domain name like www.something.com. For now, it's a local server, so it's okay. So if you call this endpoint, if you call this URL through your API calling logic, in our case, we'll be using fetch because we are using JavaScript React. Then the method will post and you have to send this data. Okay, name, email, password, age, which we'll be getting from a form. And then registration will be done. Then just like that, we'll have to call this particular endpoint to perform login. And once we perform login, we'll get a token. Okay, so guys, for all the people who don't know token, don't worry. Because see, API can be somewhere else and our front-end application is somewhere else. Now, again, guys, if you want to know more about it, please watch my Node.js API development course. But for all the new people, simply speaking, when we call the login endpoint and we send our email and password, it will check if the email and password is correct and send back us a token. Okay. And after that, we always have to use that token so that the server can identify us every time. That's the base logic. Okay, because our front-end server can be anywhere else, our backend server can be anywhere else. So how will the backend server know that you are the correct user? So when you log in for the first time, the backend server sends a token back. And then after that, every time you call a new endpoint, like for example, you want to get all the foods or you want to get a food based on name, you have to send the token in the request so that the backend server can identify who you are every time in every request. Okay, so we'll also be working with that. We'll be getting the token because the API is already done. And see, these green endpoints basically mean they are protected endpoints. That means to call these endpoints, you need to send a token. Without a token, you can't call these endpoints. That's the security level that we have provided. Okay, so these green endpoints mean that you cannot call these URLs until and unless you have token. And to get the token, you have to log in. That means my API is secured. The API is completely secured. Once you log in, you'll get a token and you have to send the token with all these endpoints. So we'll see all that. Don't worry, we'll see all that. Okay, so guys, hopefully, let's go. Yes, it is token based. Okay, guys, all set, everyone. Hopefully, and don't worry, I'll still explain you about tokenization. I think everyone who was there in my previous sessions, they already know what this token and all that stuff is because you guys have created the API with me. But anyway, let's go. So now, guys, as you can see here, I already have a React project installed. Just for the basic setup, you can see I have done nothing. Just changed index.css to a very basic CSS. In app.css, I have just written nothing. And in my app.jsx, my app component, which is the main component, I simply have a simple h1. No big deal. So if I run this application, by doing npm run dev, you'll be able to see it's doing nothing. But if I just go ahead, you can see just a blank project. Let's make a nutrition tracker. Is that clear, guys? All set? No big deal. Everything's fine. You can see a blank project is up and running, right, everyone? I hope everyone is comfortable with all this that we are talking about till now, just to confirm. And also, guys, if you're new, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video as well, because today's session is going to be amazing. Now, let's go ahead and let's begin the 2-hour-long coding journey in creating the registration and login and also protecting our routes. Don't worry about what is protecting routes and all that stuff. We'll talk about everything step by step. Guys, let's start slow. Let's start from scratch and don't worry about anything else. Okay. So a blank project, no big deal. If you're watching my course from start, you know what it is. And guys, if you're new to React, please watch my React complete course first, and then you'll be ready for this particular project. Okay. So guys, as I said, first of all, I want to set up the basic routing. And for that, guys, I have already installed the React Router DOM. Okay. I hope everyone remembers what React Router DOM is. It's simply a library which helps you to perform routing inside React. So I've already installed that. Okay. Now, guys, what were the 3 things that we need to import from React Router DOM to set up routing? Everyone. So inside the app component, we'll set up the routing. So guys, what were the 3 things? Come on, tell me quickly. What were the 3 things that we use? We take browser router, we take routes, and we take route, right? These are the 3 components that come from React Router DOM, which we need to set up the basic routing. Correct, everyone? Nice and simple. And let me remove this thing. We don't need it here. And let's set up the routing. So quickly, first of all, browser router. Inside browser router, you set up the routes. Okay. And inside routes, okay, you set up route, multiple routes. So let's say this is one route. Now see guys, right now we don't even have a component. The only component that we have is app.js. Okay, only one component. So let me go ahead and create a folder. So new folder, and let's call it as components. So inside this folder guys, all my components will live from now on. Okay, so let's go new file, and first of all let's call it as register.jsx, because this component here I'm going to be writing the code and the logic for performing the registration. Okay, so quickly let's do the basic setup. Export default. Guys, again I hope you remember a component is nothing but a function which is returning some JSX. Okay, so register. Okay, simple idea. And now let's return some basic HTML like h1. This is a registration page. Simple and nice. Don't worry about the spelling, guys. Okay. And now in app.jsx, in this route, if the path is slash. Now, guys, I hope everyone remembers what slash means. Slash means the root, right? So that means when the URL hits your basic URL, localhost colon whatever it is, slash. On slash, on the root, I want to load. So element, I want to load the registration component. So register, and that's it. Okay, so now when you load your application, we know, right? App component will load. Okay, so when you load your application, by default, it's slash only because there's nothing after that. So your root or your base address is nothing but your slash. That means on the root address or on the base address, you need to load the register component. So when my application runs, my app component loads, and also because the path is slash, that means on the base path only, that means on this address only, on the base address only, will also load the register component. Now again, guys, if it is getting tough to understand this, if you're new and if it is getting tough to understand this, please watch my whole React course, because I think everyone who has watched the whole React course, there is no confusion in this. Guys, can you please confirm? Because see, it's been 13 days, so it's my, I just want to ask that if you're feeling comfortable, because I know we learned all this in depth, but again, it's been 13 days. So just want to confirm. Are you guys understanding what's happening here? Everyone? Are you guys understanding what's happening here? Hopefully. Okay, and you can see my registration page is loading up in here. Okay, all set, all simple. Okay, so this basically means on the root path or on the base address only. Simple, slash. Okay, kind of like all good now. And again, guys, also one more thing, we'll be creating this whole website for mobile only. So we'll be designing it according to the mobile. You can also design it according to the web. That's why I'll directly create it in the mobile way only. So I'll inspect and I'll put my screen to this size. Okay, in this much size, and we'll be making in this size only. So basically directly mobile size. Okay, so in mobiles, it will always look good. Okay, cool then. Hopefully it's fine. And let me just, yeah. So let's go, guys. Let's quickly go. Let's start styling this web page now, because we don't want to display this as a registration page anymore. So let's display. So let's first of all, I'm going to use a section tag here. So a section, let's call it as, give it a class of form block, something like that, or something like form parent, something like that. Okay, and also guys, I need my CSS file. So in here, we'll be writing CSS. Let me move it here. Yep. And we can now close the index.css, and yeah, let's go, let's try it. So form hyphen parent, give it a height of 100 VH, that means exactly similar to the screen, and width of 100%. Okay. And also guys, one more thing, I want the padding and the border to be considered as part of height and width. That's why box sizing, border box. Okay, simple CSS feature. And with 100%, and background color, let's give it black. Again guys, same CSS I'm going to be trying, but hopefully it's fine. You can see the black here, but not exactly this black. Actually, we can go with black, guys. It's not that bad, but let's just, change it a little bit. I don't want the exact black color. Okay. So a little lighter note on the black. Yeah, this much will be fine. A little lighter shade, that's it. Okay. And why did I remove that? It's just my habit. Not this, not this. Now this is the problem when I work in my laptop. That's why I need that big screen. But okay, it's okay. It's okay. I'll get habituated to it as well. It's okay. So not the black. Yeah, this much is fine. Almost same. Let's go. Let's put it here. Okay, cool then. Now let's go ahead and let's start creating the form. And also guys, I'll make sure that the color of whatever I write should be white. So color white. Okay, all said and simple. Now inside this, what we want is a form. Okay, we need a form here. And inside the form, I need to create, first of all, an h1 to which I'll write register. And after that, and also guys, give a class to this form. So class of form. That's all. You can give any class, guys, up to you. So class of form, it will work as a wrapper for us. Let me show you what I'm trying to say here. So let me give it a padding of 30 pixel from all around. And then to the form, a background color red. Okay, and the width of fit content. That means the width of the form will depend upon the content. That's it. Okay, that's simple. So now you can see, here you go. This is the form element. Is that clear, guys? Everyone? Hopefully, or we can just give it a width of 100%. Rather than fit content, let's give it a width of 100%. Okay, you can see that now. So this is your form element. Once you adjust your inspector mobile size, does that mean that you don't need to media? No, we need the media query, Stephen. We need the media query. See, this is not a real mobile, Stephen. This is, I'm only developing according to this size, but we need to specify a few things to make it for real mobile. So we'll do that at the end. Don't worry. We will definitely do that at the end. Right now, we just, we are shrinking the browser to make it look like a mobile, but it's not a real mobile. So we need to still make few changes. Okay. Now then, guys, let's go ahead and let's start creating the form. Okay. So, start your fitness. Last time also I asked you for taglines. So here we go, tagline. And now let's work with the form. So first of all, I need an input field. So input. Okay. And then to this, I'm going to give a class of INP to style it and a placeholder of enter name. Now see guys, we'll check out our API. We'll check out our API endpoints and we'll see what we need to pass. Okay. So for that, guys, see, we know that for registration, we need to call this endpoint. Okay. So in this case, as a data, when we call this registration endpoint, we have to send name, email, password, and age. That means we need 4 fields, right? Because we want to send name, email, password, and age. That means we need 4 fields from where we can take the details from user. So let's create 4 fields quickly. So enter name, and also I'll give it a name. So name of name. I'm just giving these fields a name so that afterwards I can extract the value. And just like that, I need total 4 fields. So copy this, paste it, enter email. And also guys, forgot the type here. So type of text to the name, type of email to the email field. Okay. Also change the name to email for this. And then one more input. What else we had, guys? Password, right? So input type password, enter password, and then we'll have finally input type number in which we'll pass the age. So input type number, enter age, and name will be age. All said, guys. Now we should have 4 fields. Let's go and check. Here we go. We have 4 fields, but right now they are not looking very good, right? So let's quickly go ahead and let's make all of this look good. Now see guys, this red box is our form, right? This parent. Okay. And inside that we have all these h1s and form fields. So to style it quickly to this form, we'll give as display flex. Now by doing this, we know that everything will go side by side. You can see that everything is going side by side. We want it to be one below each other. So for that, we'll give it flex direction column. Flex direction column, and here we go. All of them one below each other. Okay. And I also want this whole red box to be in center, the whole form to be in center. So for that, to the parent of form, which is form parent, to that, we'll also give a display of flex and we'll give as align items center. So it will be center of the form, center of the black div. Is that clear, guys? Basic flex boxing, no big deal. I forgot the type in age. Oh yes, I forgot the type. Type of number, so that only numbers can be typed in that. Okay, and guys, I hope the font size is visible, everyone, because today for the first time I'm coding on the laptop screen on my stream. So I hope the font size is visible to everyone. Can you please confirm that quickly, guys? Okay. Now then, time to style all this form fields and everything. So let's quickly go and let's style all that stuff as well. So for that reason, see, for the input tag, I have given a class of INP. So let's go dot INP. Width is fine, but anyway, I'll just give width 100%. Okay, and height of I'm going to give as 40 pixel. Let's see. Yep, perfectly fine. Okay, to the last, did I forget? Okay, yes, I forgot. Yes. I gave the wrong place number. I thought I gave type. Yes. Okay, now it's all good. You can see that. And also, guys, I need some gap between these. So to its parent, which is form, where I've given the flex, okay, I'm going to give pro gap of 10 pixel. Kind of fine. Little more, maybe 15 pixel will be much more better. Yep, that's nice. And also the height of the input, I want a little more. So 50 pixel. Yep, that's nice. Actually, 45 will be fine. Perfect. And also I want to give border radius. So border radius of 10 pixels so that we get rounded borders. You can see those now. Perfectly fine. And also, as you can see, the text is very close to the border. I don't want that. So for that reason, we'll give text indent of 10 pixel or maybe 20 pixel. And that's nice. And also, guys, I don't need this black outline. So for that, we'll go outline none. And that's perfect now. And also, I don't want this ridge border. So for that, I'll give my own border. So border 1 pixel solid. Let's say something like gray. Okay. And now, guys, if you want, you can remove that red, but let's keep that red for some time. Let's keep that red for some time so that we can see what's going on with our whole page, right? Now, let's quickly go ahead and create a button very quickly. Very simply, let's create a button as well. So button, okay, to which we'll write join or register, whatever you'd like, you can mention there, join or register. And let's give it a class of btn so that we can style it. Okay, you can see the button there. Okay, but it's looking very bad. So let's quickly style it. Okay, so btn, okay, no width, actually just going to give it padding. So padding of 20 pixel from top bottom and 30 pixel from left right. Okay, and also, as you can see, the button is completely stretched. It's because of the flex box. So for that reason, we'll go to the flexing parent, which is form, and we'll ask it to have align items flex start. So that the button will be in start like this. And I think the padding is quite too much. So let's reduce that. I think the first one is left right, maybe. Let me see. Okay, no, it's the left right, correct. 50 pixel left right, 10 pixel top bottom. Yeah, that's nice. That's really good. Okay, to the button also I want to give border radius. And I think 10 pixel is quite too much. So I'm going to give it 45 pixel, not 40, 5 pixel. And same with the button, border radius 5 pixel. Perfectly fine. Okay. And after that, I'm going to give a color to the button. So background color of, something good color. Last time I think we gave orange. So for now, let's give it red. Now don't worry, guys, we won't keep red, or let's give it blue. But don't worry, we won't give it blue. So we are giving blue so that we can inspect it. And I don't know why. I think I have zoomed my browser too much. Let me see. It's fine. Why that inspect is coming this big? Okay. Okay, let's convert this blue to some good blue. Like maybe something like, oh well, let's go to the little lighter part. Yeah. Something like this. Okay, last time we followed orange. Today let's follow blue. It's okay, right? Why not? You can play with things. Something like this blue, and also I'm gonna give color as white. Okay. And also text transform uppercase. Here we go. Now John is in uppercase. That's really nice. And also what we're going to do is font weight, we'll make it bold. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, all good. And now guys, after the button, finally we just need one more thing. Again guys, sorry if I'm looking up continuously because I want to see your charts and it's up on the screen. So I hope that's fine, everyone. So now, after that, I need one more thing, as we created last time as well, a p tag in which we'll write already registered. So if you're already registered, you can directly log in. So registered. Okay, registered. I hope the spelling is correct. Okay, so login directly. Now don't worry guys, we'll convert this login to a link, but for now let's keep it a text. Perfectly fine. And now we are good to go. Let's remove this red. We don't need it anymore. Let's just comment it. And see guys, your form looks pretty cool. Not bad, right? Not bad. Pretty cool, pretty simple and decent. Also guys, to this button, I'm going to remove the border. So border 1 pixel solid gray, or not gray. We can give that blue only, same color. So let's take the same color for the border as well. And yeah, that's nice. Button will look good in center. Are you sure, Rishikesh? I think last time we also centered it. It was not looking that good. But anyway, guys, you can try. See, completely up to you. When you get this project, just do a lot of changes. Play with it. I really want you guys to play with the same project. Okay, so move it in center. Anything is fine. Now let's quickly add a simple hover effect on this button so that, we'll have a feeling of we are hovering on the button. So first of all, give a cursor pointer so that whenever someone comes on the button, the cursor changes to pointer. See that now? It changes to hand like this. Okay, that's what we wanted. And let's apply some hover effect. So dot btn, whenever someone hovers, a little change in the color will be fine. So little change only. Okay, let's go and we'll make it a little lighter. Let's inspect this again. We'll just make it a little lighter when someone hovers. Why it's not visible here on the spot? Okay. Wait guys, I don't know, something is happening maybe. Okay, let's see now. Oh, what's happening here? Why it's not happening live on the spot? Okay, anyway, we need the lighter color. So we'll take this one. No issues in that. Okay. And now let's go whenever someone hovers, we need to make it this. A little lighter, that's all. So now let's try to hover. And you can see now on hover, it's becoming a little lighter, right? Is that clear, guys? Everyone? Margin left 100 pixels should make it center in button. No, we don't need margin left. Align items center will make it center. Right? Torres, we are using flexbox. We don't need margin left. If we just do align, see, to make this button centered, we just need to go to form and make align items center. That's it. Here we go in center now. Getting the point? But we don't want to make it in center. See, it doesn't look that great. Again, guys, everyone's grade is different. So up to you, completely up to you. So flex, start. Okay, so guys, now we have a hover effect on the button as well and everything is fine. All good, guys. Your first page is done. All set, guys. Can you please confirm? Understood the whole registration form? Now don't worry, we still need to act on it. We still need to do the whole logic, but I hope it's cleared everyone. Okay. Now guys, just like this, we also need our login form. Almost exactly similar, we also need our login form. Okay. So what we'll do is, we'll add the validation, don't worry. But first of all, let's set up the routing cycle, then we'll add the validation as well. Don't worry, it's not that tricky. Don't worry. So guys, in our component, we'll also go and add a new file. And now we'll call it as login.jsx. Okay. And see the best part, guys. We'll just go to registration. See, that is the reason I didn't do a lot of validation and all that stuff. That is the reason I have not done any kind of coding here. Because I simply want to copy and paste this form. That's all. So we'll copy the whole thing and we'll paste it here. And we'll simply convert it to login component. That's it. That's why I didn't do anything else. So now we have the login component as well. Okay. And in login component, we don't need name. Okay. And we don't need age. We only need email and password. That's all. And here we can write something like, login to fitness. Login to fitness. Something like that. Okay. And here, instead of join, we can have login. And here in the text, we can have what can be the, guys? What can be the text that we can have here? Something like create an account. Okay. Create a account. Something like that, and that should be it. Not logged in. What is the message that we have, guys? I forgot the message. What is the message that we always have? That if you're not user, okay, not registered, okay, not registered, create account. That's it. Yeah, that's a good message. Okay. And guys, now we have the login component, but the issue is, see, in our app component in the routing, on the root element, I'm only loading the register component. Okay, so let's create a new route for the login component as well. Guys, I hope everyone remembers this routing part. So if someone goes on /login, so /login, in that case, I want to load the login element. So login, and that should be it. So now see, this is register. If someone goes on /login, here we go, the login component. All good, guys? Yes, acha, yeah, that's the message, Rex. Don't have account. I think last time I wrote it, right? Maybe I don't remember. And see, today I forgot. Yeah, let me put that. Don't have account. Yeah, that's a good message. Don't have account. Create account. Don't have a account. And then here we can have a register now. Register now, something like that. And yeah, now it's better. So guys, all good, everyone. So now if we go on the base route, we get to the login component, sorry, registration component. And if we go ahead and type /login, we also get to the login component. But as we always say, the normal user is not going to do this, right? He's not going to go in the browser and type /login and all that stuff. What he wants is buttons where he can click and go through the whole web page, right? Your normal layman user is not going to go in the URL bar and type /login/register. What they need is buttons and links where they can click and navigate through your web page. So let's do that. Now see, guys, the routing is already configured that on / you'll go to register, or let's do this, guys. Let's do this. On /register, we'll go to register. And on the root path, we'll go to login only. That means when the app opens for the first time, it will go to login. That means there are two routes which will go to login. / will also take you to login, and /login will also take you to login. That means that's it, guys. No big deal. It's okay. Okay. So we'll have two routes which will take you to login only. / will also take you to login page. /login will also take you to login page. That's it. No big deal. If you want, you can remove one, but just for basic information, we are done. We have done that. And /register will take you to register page. That's it. That means by default, if you don't have anything, it will be login page. Simple. Now then, when someone clicks on this register now, I want to go to the registration page. For that, the routing is set. That means if you write /register in the browser, you'll go to the register component. But we are not going to write it. What we want is when I click on this register now, at that time the route will change in the browser, and at that time the page will also change. And guys, we have learned it from scratch. I hope you remember it. So when someone goes on /register in the browser, we'll go to the register component, but no one will type. So when the link is clicked, that's when it should happen. So for that, we have to go and we have to import a link component. I hope everyone remembers this, guys. We need to import a link component from React Router DOM, and we need to cover this register now, or wrap this register now in the link component. And guys, if you're completely new to React, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And also, please watch the full course first, because with this project, we are making it based on the full course that we have learned, the whole React we learned before making this project. So link, and guys, 2. So when this register now is clicked, I want to go to /register. So now guys, what will happen? When someone clicks on register now, it will change the browser path to /register. And when the browser path is changed to /register, because of this, this component will load. We already know this. So let's go. Now see, here we go. The link is like this. If I click on it, here we go. Perfectly fine. Right? And same with login. Same with login. So let's quickly go in login as well. Where is that? Yep, here. Again, we'll wrap it in the link tag. Okay, and here we'll just put path. Sorry, not path. It's not a route. We are just mentioning to /login. And that should be it. And now guys, you'll see if I click here on login button, we go to login. If I click here on registration link, we go to register. And that's all good, right, everyone? But there's an issue. And yes, we'll also make the 404 page. Don't worry, Abdul Ahmed. Abdul Ahmed will make the 404 page. Don't worry, buddy. Don't worry. Definitely. But now guys, you can see the links don't look that great, right? You can see that, right? It doesn't look that great because, you know, that blue, the link of the color, sorry, the color of the link is getting merged in the black. So for that, guys, first of all, you understand that the link element internally is a element only. Even though you're writing link, internally it's a element only, your HTML element. So we can go ahead and apply CSS on the a element because guys, see, we actually don't have any HTML element called as link. It is a HTML element created by React. It's a JSX element, not an HTML element. It's a component created by React. Internally, it is still a. So if you write CSS for a tag, it will work for link tag as well. So a tag, your color will be this blue. Here we go. So now you can see. Now it's much more visible, right, everyone? Much more visible now, hopefully. And it also looks like a link. So yeah, all good. So guys, we have the 2 pages ready, everyone. All cleared with this form logic, guys? Everyone, hopefully, all cleared with the form logic. Can you please confirm that quickly, guys? All cleared with the form logic? Okay, and guys, let's go and let's quickly also make a 404 page, you know, just to have that task done. So for that, guys, what we'll do is we'll create one more component. Okay, so new file and we'll call it as 404. So 404 dot, or you know, not found. Let's not call it 404. That's not a good naming convention, right? So let's just call it as not found. So not found dot JSX. Okay, and guys, again same, export default not found component. Yes, I forgot to mention function here. Function. And guys, the whole thing that it will return is a very simple 404 message. That's all. Okay, so let's simply return a simple HTML. Return a div. Let's give it a class of not found. And inside this, I'm simply going to have a h1 in which I'll write 404 not found. That's it. Again, guys, the message can be up to you. Okay, remove the text decoration. Yeah, we can do that. Why not? So we can go to the CSS and we can from the A remove the text decoration. So text decoration. Guys, to remove the underline, we can just do none. So from the link, now the underline will be gone. Okay, simple. So now guys, we have this page, everyone, not found. Okay, but what we want is we want to configure it like this. Whenever someone goes to any route that I don't have, only then this page should appear. So how will you do it? So we'll go to our app component and there, guys, always at the end, after all of your routes, always at the end, mention a path called as asterisk. That means, see, if someone goes to slash, it will go to login. If someone goes to slash login, it will go to login. If someone goes to slash register, it will go to register component. And if someone goes to anything other than these three, that is asterisk, that will it will match this. So in that case, it should load the not found component. So not found. That should be it, hopefully. And now let's try. Let's try. Here, let's try to write something gibberish like. And see, guys, you got to that page, everyone. Not found. Now we just need to style it. That's all, guys. We just need to style it. That's it. Right? So if you write anything gibberish in the link, that means any route, any URL that doesn't match the above three, it will match this and will go to this page. Now guys, let's quickly style it a little bit. So for that, you can, just create a container. And guys, to this, I'm calling it form parent everywhere. Let me actually call it as container. I want to keep it, something like a global element. So container. Now guys, again, we can create this container at the top page only, but let's create it here for now. That's not the best way, but it's fine for now. Okay, container. And the CSS also will name it as container. So rather than form parent, we'll call it as container. Okay. And now guys, we'll also go here in our not found page, and to this also we'll wrap it inside a container. So section. So what will happen guys? According to the container logic that we have, this will also go in center. And also the background will become black. So class name container. And see, here we go. 404 not found. Is that cleared guys? Everyone? Hopefully it is cleared. Okay. And also to make it a little bit more stylish. Now see guys, everywhere else we are using the same container. Correct everyone? Container, right? Here also container. So if I make any changes in the container here, it will hamper everywhere. It will hamper everything. Because see, now we have three components: login, register, okay, and we also have not found. And at all the three places, I'm using the same class container, same parent, right? I'm using the same section everywhere, three, and all of them have class container. That means everywhere I'm having this CSS. So if I change CSS here, it will not only hamper this page, it will also hamper the login and register. I don't want that. So for that guys, I need this CSS, but I also want some other CSS for this page. So for that, very simply, just go to that page and give one more class like NF, not found. So I'm giving one more class to which I can write some extra CSS. So we'll go down here. So that means that's the global container, but I'm giving one more class just to, NF, and we'll have align items center just to override it. Okay, I think it's flex direction. What is the direction of that? Okay, it's already a random center. So what we'll do is actually, we have given the class, right? Not found. Let's actually work with that. Not found width of 100%. I think that will make it move it in center. No? Why it's not coming in center? Have I done some mistake? Okay, to not found I have to mention, right? So text align center. Yep, that's it. Or you don't even have to write this. If you just write width equals fit content. Okay, no. We have not given it. So yeah, width 100% and text align center. That should be it. Okay, is it clear guys? Everyone? All set, hopefully. So not found page is there. So now if you write anything gibberish, anything wrong, it will always go to the not found page. But only if you go to login. And guys, see, we are not focusing that much on styling. As I said, styling is not the important thing, but we are still trying to make it at least decent looking. We are not doing very fancy styling, but we are still trying to make it a very decent looking. I hope that's fine. Everyone, our web page still looks decent. That means if it is an app, people will still use it. It looks decent, not very bad, right? It still looks amazing, cool, simple, minimalistic. So you can go ahead and, not found page, style it in your own way. I'm not focusing that much on styling, but you can style the not found page in your own way. You can add an icon here, like, if you want, you can add some icons here, some sigh icon, sleeping icon, anything, some message, up to you guys, up to you. Okay, now then, first of all, let's work on the register. Everyone, let's go. Okay, sir, how will we user go again /login/page if he is not? Oh, you can create a link, right? Saikiran, buddy, that's not a big deal. That's not a big deal. In a not found page, after this h1, you can have a p tag. Okay. Let's go to register now to use. Okay, simple, no big deal. And here give a register link. That's it. Here give a link. Just tell the user that if you want to use the site, register here. That's it. That's all. To/register. And see, so now if someone goes to some wrong page like this, they will have this. Okay, what's the issue? Okay, the link is not imported, guys. That's why. So quickly let's import the link. And now here we go. So now see, if someone goes to this 404 not found, they will have a link, register now to use. So if they click on register, here we go. Okay, thanks for the suggestion, Saikiran. But yeah, that's how it is. Very simple, very easy. So guys, all clear till now? One step is complete. Now we have the basic components ready. And we have a 404 page as well. If someone goes at some wrong place, and almost the setup is ready. And now we are good to go ahead to perform registration. So let's go and let's read the form fields and let's send that data to the server for registration. Everyone ready, guys? Let's go. And also guys, if you're new, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys. It means a lot to me. Okay, so let's go, guys. Not found. Remove that. We don't need it anymore. We'll just close that component. And let's go to registration. Okay. And also let me close the console and sidebar as well. Okay. And also guys, let me just divide this fields into two, lines so that you can see everything what's going on. Okay. So now guys, I hope everyone remembers we had a separate session only for handling form. I hope everyone remembers that. Guys, so again, don't worry, I'm going to still cover few things, but I hope everyone remembers we had a separate session of how to handle forms. So I hope everyone remembers that. So first of all, see guys, we have 4 fields, correct everyone? We have 4 fields. So in this case, normally what people do, they create 4 state variables and read these 4 fields and store it in 4 state variables. We are not going to do that. What we'll do is we'll create a single state variable. So const, we'll call it as, let's say, something like, let's say user, set user, or let's call it as user details. Okay, and set user details. And inside this is going to be a state variable. So use state. And inside this, we'll have a blank object initially, which will have name, blank, email, blank. I hope everyone remembers this is what we learned, right? Password, blank, and finally age, blank. So now guys, we have a single state variable, okay, in which we have all these 4 properties. Okay, now our job is that whenever someone starts typing in any of this field, our job is to read that field. So if someone is typing in the name field, our job is to read the name field and put it in this name property of the user details object. If someone starts typing in the email field, our job is to take that email, whatever they are typing, and put it in the email field, right? And to do that, we create a function called as handle input. Again, guys, you can call it anything. It's just a function. And in here, we get access to the event object based on which we'll extract the value. Okay. And here, guys, we simply change the state value like this. Set. Again, guys, just to confirm you how we are reading the input field, let me just show you a few things. So console.log, I'm going to print 2 things. Event.target.name and also event.target.value. Okay. Now guys, see, I'm going to call this handle input. Don't worry, I'm going to explain you everything. I'm going to call this handle input on change of this input field. Okay. So now guys, what will happen? Everyone, please focus. Just again, I hope everyone who is watching the React from start, they know this. But for everyone who is new, just giving you a hint so that you're not confused. Now, whenever someone starts typing in this particular input field, that means in this first field, enter name, on change happens. So whenever you type, on change is called. Whenever on change is called, that means if you type A in this field, on change will happen. And because on change happened, it will call handle input. That means anytime you type something, every time you type something, handle input will be called. Okay. Inside the handle input, we have the access to the event object. Okay, every event has the access to event object. Every event listener has the access to the event object. If you don't know event object, I'm strongly suggesting you to watch my previous sessions and also watch my JS sessions, because this is not React. This is coming from JavaScript only. Okay. So every event listener, right now this handle input is an event listener because you're calling that function on an onChange event. So it's an event listener. So every event listener has the access to event object by default. You don't have to worry. You don't have to mention. Okay. Now with this event object, with the help of this event object, okay, I can access event.target. Event.target means wherever the event is getting performed, or on whatever element the event is getting performed. In this case, the element is input. So by using event.target, I'm going to get this input element. Then I'm asking event.target.name. That means this input field's name, which is this, which I've given name. That means this value. And event.target.value, that means input field's value. When I say value, that means whatever I'm writing. So as soon as I start typing in this field, I will start getting its name, target element's name. That means this input field's name, which is this, which I've given. And I'll also start getting its value, whichever I'm writing. Let's see if it is working as of now. So let's open the console and let's go A, B, C. See that, guys? Name A. Or let me put it in one line, just to give an idea to you. Let me put it in one line so that you're not confused. See now, if I type A, see that? You got name, which you have given here, name, okay? And in the value, you got whatever you type. Just like that, A, B, C, D, whatever you type, you're going to get the name which you have given to the input field, which is name, and the value. Is that clear, guys? Everyone? How many days this session will continue? Till Friday. Till Friday, we'll be making the complete project. So yeah, Vishal, till Friday, buddy. So guys, all cleared with this, everyone? And see, guys, just like that, you can also apply the same function on any field. So on change. Now see, guys, for all the people who are watching React from day one, they know how this is working. But for the new people, I hope you're getting the point now. Now see, on the email field also. Now see, guys, for the email field, I have given name as email. So now the name will change. So now if I type in email field, see that? Now the name is coming as email and value is whatever I'm writing in that. And just like that, for password, for age, we can do that. Same logic goes here. On change, handle input, and same goes here. On change, handle input. Okay, guys, hopefully we are getting cleared, everyone. And guys, you can see we are very close to 2.9k subscribers. Only 4 left. Come on, guys. And guys, let's try to reach 3k by end of this project. Hopefully we can reach 3k, right? I know I didn't stream in a lot of time, but hopefully we can reach 3k by end of this session. So let's see. You guys have the power to do it. So guys, now we know that in any input I write, let me show you. In any input I write. So if I start typing in the first input, see, I get name and Saurabh. If I type in the second input, I get email and whatever I'm typing in the input field. If I type in the password field, I get password name and whatever I'm typing. So the field name, whatever I given to this field, whatever I have given to this field, that field name, and also whatever I'm typing. Same goes with age. See that? And now our final job is to, whatever we are getting from these fields, we need to set them into these properties which our state variable is having. And for that, logic is very simple. We call set user details, the function which we use to change the state. And in that, guys, I hope everyone remembers, we always get the access to the previous object. Right, everyone? Guys, do you remember everything like this? Remember this thing? Please confirm that quickly. Previous state gives you the value of whatever was there previously, right? So set user details, previous state. Previous state means whatever was there previously. So we are getting this particular whole object. Okay. Now inside that object, I want to add whatever I'm getting from the form field. So for that, guys, what do? Return. We create a new object. In that, first we pass the previous state, comma, the new property. Event.target.name and the new value. Event.target.value. And guys, please understand, if you're new and if you're not understanding what's going on here, I would strongly recommend you to please watch my form handling React session. There we have understood everything, what this dot 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 is and all that stuff. Okay. But just to give you a little hint, understand this. Whenever I'm calling this function, set user details, will have the access to the previous object, which is this one. Okay. Then what I'm doing is return a new object where first I have all the properties of the previous object. So this dot 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 is a spread operator which gives me all the properties of the previous object, which is name, email, password, age. But they were blank, so it's okay. So this object will give me all these four properties, name, email, password, age, which are blank. Plus I'll add a new property. New property which is coming from the name of that event object. So let's say if I'm typing in the first field, in the name, here we'll get name, colon, the value whatever I'm typing. So let's say if I'm typing ABC, so it will go as name ABC. That means at this place, you'll have name, and at this place, you'll have ABC. That's the logic. Okay, that's it. Everyone, hopefully we are getting it, guys. And guys, this will work for all input fields, and at the end, you should be able to get the whole object. So now if you go ahead, let's get one more function handle submit, let's call it. And let's call this function on the button, on the form submit. So form on submit, we'll call this function handle submit. And let's just simply print that object. Okay, this object, which we are changing, user details. So console.log user details, and that should be it. Yes, we'll definitely put the validation, don't worry. So now guys, all set. Now see, if you type, let's say I type Saurabh, that means it's gone in the object. I type email, it's gone in the object. I type some password, it's gone in the object. I type some age, it's gone in the object. And if I click on this button, okay, it's working. The basic validation is working. So let me write at gmail.com. And see guys, but the page is refreshing. Why? Because you should remember, whenever you submit a form, okay, by default the page refreshes always. So if you want to avoid that, in the handle submit also, you'll have the access to the event object, because it's also an event, right? On submit is also an event. So in the handle submit function, you'll have the event object. Just say that whatever this event by default provides, prevent that. So by default, a form submission always will refresh the page. I don't want that. So for that, prevent default behavior of the event. So now it will not refresh the page. So I'm saying whenever this function is called, whatever is the default behavior of the on submit event, which is refreshing the page, prevent that, stop that. And now hopefully Saurabh, some password and some age. And now if I click, here we go guys, you got the complete object that you wanted. Is that clear everyone? Why use the square bracket? I'll tell you. Kanan, I'll tell you buddy. Wait, see, I'll tell you now. See, if you don't use square bracket, see, first of all, you'll directly get an error. You can see you are directly getting an error. Remember that when you want to pass a property, okay, when you want to pass a property, whatever you pass, so whenever you're creating an object, Kanan, listen to me carefully, it's again a JavaScript concept. See, if I'm creating an object, just giving a base idea. If I'm creating an object, let d equals some object, okay, and let's say I have a property called as name equals, let's say something like, let's say age, okay, and now what I want this age as a property of d. So I'm thinking that, okay, fine, I have stored age in a variable, let's call it as prop age, something like that. So what I'm thinking now is this age value or this age is stored in prop age variable. So can I directly use that, right, as my, let's say something like this. So now what I'm thinking is that this age will come here, but that's not the case. Let me show you it in reality. Not here. Also, first of all, let me put the curly square brackets here. Okay, again guys, it's a JS concept, but just to refresh your mind, see, if I have a variable called as let prop equals age. Nice. I have a variable prop equals age. Perfect. Now let's say I'm creating an object. Let obj equals, and what I'm thinking is I want this age as a property, but because age is stored in variable, can I directly pass that variable prop and then 27? So I'm thinking that in the place of this prop, this age will come. Let's see that. Okay, done. Let's print the obj. See that? That is not the case. That means while creating an object, whatever you pass, that becomes the property. You cannot pass a variable. So even though I'm thinking that I'm passing a variable, but you're not passing a variable, this is not considered as a variable. In the object creation, whatever you pass, it is directly considered as the property. But what if, no, I want a variable there. I really want a variable there. I want to pass this variable so that this age becomes my property. So for that, you have to let the object know. And for that, you have to use square brackets so that you can tell the object that I'm going to pass a string value here. That is this one. So now if you pass this, see now it's age because I passed a square bracket. So that means if you're passing a property directly, pass it directly. But if your property is not the direct property, if it is coming from a variable, and if you want to pass this as property. So if you want your property to be dynamic, getting my point? So you have to pass a square bracket so that the object understands. That means this is a variable. I need to take its value to create the property. So this is a variable. Prop is a variable. I need to take its value, which is age, to create the property. And that's why now the property is age. Is that clear, buddy? Kanan? That's why, see, this was also a data, right? Variable, not the direct property. This was also a variable. That's why square bracket. Otherwise, if I don't pass square bracket, it will consider the event.target.name as the fixed property. So it will give the property like that. It will give a property like that only. I know it's a variable, right? Event is a variable in which my property name is stored. So it's a dynamic variable. So that's why square bracket. Cleared, Kanan? Hopefully, buddy, it is cleared. So in objects, whatever you pass, that is directly considered as the property name. If you want it to be a dynamic variable, you have to pass square brackets. Okay. Hopefully it's cleared. Kanan, your doubt is cleared, buddy. Now then, guys, let's move ahead. Okay, and again, guys, it's just a JS concept. Okay, no big deal. Now then, guys, we are ready with everything that we need. But one more thing, guys, one last problem. That is, see. So if I pass all the details here, one last problem we have. That is, see. So password something, and let's say age something. Now see, we get the object, right? We are getting the whole object properly. And this is the state object. So the problem is, see, one thing is happening that whatever I'm typing in these fields, when I click on the button, all these values go in the state object, correct? So all these values go in the state object. That's perfect. But what if someone changes the state object from somewhere else? What if someone goes ahead and changes this name to something from somewhere else, from some function or something like that? In that case, I also want my input fields to have the new updated value. Getting my point? So if I'm writing something in the input field and clicking on the join button, whatever I'm writing in the field, it's going in the state variable. That means based on the field, the state variable is changing. But what if the state variable changes from some external factor? For example, some data coming from internet. So if the state variable changes, I also want my input field to change so that I can see that they are properly mapped. Right now, only when the input field changes, the state variable changes. Correct. But what I want is if the state variable changes, I also want my input field to change. Just to give you the idea, let me do this. See. Just to guys give you a basic idea, okay? Just to give you a base idea. Let's say, we have a button inside which, what I'm going to do? I'm simply going to call a function just to show you what's the problem here. Just to show you what's the problem. So click. Let's change the state variable here. See what I'm trying to say now? So let's say from some button, I'm changing the state variable. Okay. And a new value for name. So let's say I'm updating the name directly from here. Let's say something like Thor, something like that. Okay. That means now, see guys, okay. Now we have an extra button here. Okay, let me put this button inside the form only, just to, have the button there. And let's give it a type of button so that it doesn't refresh the page. Okay. See now guys, focus here now. Please focus here. Hi, positive. How are you, buddy? Now see, everyone. I have written all this, right? Saurabh, S. Gupta and all that and all that and all. And if I click, here we go. We get the state object. Perfectly all good. Perfect. Now, if someone clicks on this button, click. What I'm doing is I'm changing the name to Thor. So in the state variable, name is Saurabh. And if someone clicks on this button, I'm changing the name to Thor. If the name changes to Thor, I also want my field to update. Let's see if it is updating. If I click, okay, wait, one more second. I also want to print the updated state here. So for that reason, actually, I want this button to be outside actually. If it is inside the form, it will keep submitting the form. Okay. And I also want to print the state variable. So for that reason, what I'll do? I'll console.log here. Console.log set, not set, let's say user details. Hopefully it will print the updated object. So now see guys, if I type Saurabh and if I click on this, yes, you get the updated object, right? Name. But if I click on this click, okay, it's not happening right now because it's asynchronous. Just give me a second. We actually need a use effect for this. Wait guys. So use effect. This is just to show you the demo guys, just to show you the demo. We are doing all this stuff. So it's okay. No issues in that. I want to show you that if the state variable changes. Okay. So console.log user details. And this should be called only when the user details variable changes. Okay, so now just for printing we are doing this. That means this use effect will be called whenever the user details variable is changed. Okay, nice and simple. Now see, if I put Saurabh in here, you can see it's Saurabh. Okay, if I click on this button, you can see it has been changed to Thor now. See that? The name is changed to Thor, but you can see the field is not updating. But if I again do something in the field, it gets updated. But if someone changes the state from somewhere else, see now I have changed it again to Thor, but no update is here. So whenever I change my field, the state changes. But whenever someone changes the state from somewhere else, the field doesn't change. That means it's only a one-way binding. Got the point? That is the reason. So guys, just for printing, I had to do a lot of these things because our form is not configured in that way. So anyway, but that's fine. So for that reason, guys, okay, just to show you this as well. Okay, let's keep this. Let's keep this. So now guys, for that, what you need to do is you also need to go to the input field and give it a value. Okay, and that value will be your user details dot that particular property. That means now input field's value will also change if this user details dot name changes. So now let's see if it happens. So now first of all, I type Saurabh. You can see in the state variable you have Saurabh. If I click on the button, you can see it has changed to Thor, but at the same time, your field also changed to Thor. So now it's two-way binding. So if the input field changes, the state variable changes. If the state variable changes from somewhere else, mostly it will never happen. But if in case your state variable changes from somewhere else, your input field also changes. Okay. So that's why I had to create a separate button just to show you the changing of state. Okay. And printing it. Is that clear, guys? Hopefully it's cleared now. And let's bind everything else. Value, user details dot email, value. So that was just for showing. That whole big thing was just for showing. Basically, you need to do this. That's all. Password, value, user details dot age, and that's it, guys. All set. So now, whenever you do something in the input field, the state variable will change because of this logic. And now whenever the state variable, right now it's not changing, but if the state variable is changed by something else, then my input field will also change. That means the form is perfectly fine. And now when I submit, anyway guys, let's do the basic validation as well. As this is a form, you don't have to worry about validation. You just pass the HTML validation, required. Password also required. And guys, you can also pass a pattern if you want, but for now it's fine. And we can also pass max length should be 8. That means maximum length of the password should be 8. Okay. And also we can pass, something like here for the age, we can put max value as 100. Okay. And min value for using fitness app should be 12, something like that. Okay. So guys, have we cleared here, everyone? So some basic validations to the input field. For the number field, we have given max and min. For the password field, we have given max length 8. That means not more than 8 characters are allowed. And email and name are required. Guys, if you want, you can also part those regular expressions. So you can just go ahead and use a pattern attribute to pass the expression. It should be one uppercase, lowercase, but we are not doing that right now. We can add it later on. Don't worry. For now, we just want to remember the password. That's why. Okay, then guys, all set. Okay, now if I click on join, see validation appears. Please fill out this field. So now I need to go ahead and fill everything. See, the validations are working. Something like that. Some password only with 8 characters. So in this case, I'm going to pass Saurabh. Okay, and then age, let's pass around 27 and see, you'll get the whole object. And now our final task is to submit this object to the API. Okay, and the endpoint is this. So let's call this endpoint, guys. Let's call this endpoint, everyone. So in the handle submit only, here we'll call fetch. This is the URL. Okay, method is post. Okay, and we need to send this data. So body is, again guys, you see right now what you have is a JavaScript object. While submitting your data to API, you don't submit a JavaScript object because your API is expecting it in a JSON format. That's why JSON.stringify. It will convert the JavaScript object into a JSON string. Okay. And guys, if you're sending post request and if you're sending data, it's very important to send a header called as content type to tell the server which kind of data you're sending. So whenever you're sending data in the request, it's very important to send the content type header in which you'll mention I'm sending you a JSON data. So application/JSON. And that's it, guys. That's the basic logic. And now to receive the response, if it is successful, so if it is successful, then here we'll receive the response. We can print that response. So console.log the response. And if there's an issue, we can catch it, error, and just console.log.error. So console.log there. And that's it, guys. Your basic logic is done. Okay, chords we have handled, Akhilesh, in the backend. We don't handle chords in front end. So we have already handled chords in backend, right, Akhilesh? You forgot the API. I hope you remember the API. We have already handled chords in the backend, right? So no issues in that. And now, guys, let's see if it is working, everyone. So, okay, first of all, I don't know if I have some users already. So let me check my database quickly. Again, guys, this is just to check. Don't worry. I don't think so I have users. But I'm going to just check my MongoDB database. Again, guys, if you don't know MongoDB, I have a separate course just for MongoDB. As I'm saying, guys, this course is a part of a full stack course which we are doing from last 2 months, 3 months. So you can watch my previous courses to complete the whole full stack course and it's completely free. So MongoDB is also done. Node.js is also done. Okay, I'm just checking my database. That's all. Don't worry. So do I have any users already? Okay, I already have a user. I'm going to delete it. I'll remind me later, please. I'm going to delete this user. Okay, so no, there are no users anymore. I'm going to keep it here so that we can see if the user is getting registered in the database or not. So guys, let's go, everyone. Saurabh sgupta@gmail.com. Password I'm going to use simple, so SAURABH. Why I'm using simple password? Because guys, internally this password is getting encrypted. So if I forget the password, I don't have a way right now to recover it. We can also create a forget password option, but right now we don't have a way. That's why whatever password I'm typing, I'm going to remember it. That's why easy password and 27. And guys, let's see. Join. And you got some response. And what is that? Okay, we have not handled the course. Are you sure? Why? We did handle the course, right? Let me check why it's failing. That means now I have to also work on the API a little bit. My bad, guys. I did handle the course, right? Or did not I? Akhilesh, I didn't handle the course. Okay, guys, let me just get a new window. I'm going to quickly solve the API issue. So file, open folder. Let me just quickly open the API. Quickly, very quickly. Don't worry about it. If you have not seen the API, please watch my whole API development course. So this is the API. Have I not handled the course? Let me see. Okay, I forgot to handle the course, guys. App.use. Do I have the course module? Okay, I think I don't have the course module. Okay, so guys, I forgot to handle the course. Everyone, I hope you remember out. We learned how to handle course. I also showed you the coding way, and I also showed you the module way. Like there's a third-party module which you can use. Have I imported course? See guys, I don't even have the course module. So let me quickly install the course module. npm install course. Guys, for everyone who watched my session, please tell me. Remember, right? We learned how to handle course using the header way, and we also learned how to handle course using this course functionality, right? And while creating the project, I forgot to handle the course. So now I'm going to do it. So const, it's just a one-line code, guys. Don't worry. Course, just a one-line code. That's it. App.use course. That's it. One line code and that's it, done. All set, guys. Again, guys, if you have not seen my web development course, please watch it. In this case, don't worry. I'm just handling course so that it doesn't block my front end. By default, APIs block your front end application. Your, what do you say? Any origin from where the request is coming from, they block it. So that's why my front end application is getting blocked. So now I've handled the course. Now it will not block. If you want to know more about what is course, why I'm handling it, all that stuff, please watch my API development course. But again, guys, as a front end developer, don't worry about it. It's just API. I need to restart my API. Let me click restart it. API server. Okay, up and running. And now let's send it again, guys. Let's send it again. 1, 2, 3, go. And guys, here we go, everyone. You got the response. Proper response. What is course? Explain briefly. Okay, Rajesh, I'll explain it. See. So whenever you create APIs or whenever there is a server which is handling incoming request like our API server. So by default, it blocks every request coming from any origin. Okay, CORS stands for cross origin resource sharing. Okay, and by default, every API blocks anything, any request, any data coming from a server, from some other server. So in this case, we have a front-end server and I have an API server. So my API server was blocking the request coming from my front-end server. Is that cleared? And by default, it happens. So to handle that, I had to add a CORS package. Inside that package, there are some headers written in which the logic is written like, okay, fine, allow the request coming from the front end, allow the data coming from the front end, allow the headers coming from the front end. That's it. Some logic is written which is simply going to allow. By default, it's blocked. We are going in the API and by using that CORS package, I'm allowing the incoming request to come. That's the base logic. Okay, so CORS simply stands for cross origin resource sharing. Here I'm only explaining briefly. In my Node.js API development course, I have explained it in detail what is CORS and how to handle it in multiple ways. So don't worry, you can watch that. Okay. So guys, you can see we have got the whole response, but it is a very crude response, so we can't read what exactly is it. But the best part, guys, you can see the status is coming as 201. 201 status only comes when your request creation was successful, when the data creation was successful. So we got 201, that means our data has been created. To test it, we can go in the database and we can refresh. Oh, some issue. What's that? Why do I, where is the refresh option, guys? Do we have a refresh option here? Why I don't have the user coming up? Okay, we have it. See guys, we didn't refresh it. So now it's refreshed. And now you can see, come on. Don't we have a refresh option? See, here it is showing one document. See that? I don't know why it's not showing it here. Here we go, finally. Okay, so this was the refresh. I was basically looking for that. And guys, here we go, see? Saurabh, the email, and you can see the password is encrypted, guys. And again, don't worry, you don't have to worry about it. You're a front-end developer. But again, guys, if you're curious, API development course is there. Don't worry, I'm also going to come up with some more API development courses. But in this case, here we go, age is 27. So yeah, it's working. Okay, and it was clear because we got 201. The API only sends 201 when it is confirmed that the data is there. Okay. So guys, everyone, are we cleared with this? Hopefully, we all are cleared with this now. Okay, all set. Perfectly nice. Okay, so as I said, guys, this response is looking very crude because in this response, this is a basic response. Now, from this response, we can also extract the message coming from the server. This is a crude response. You know, you can say a core response. From this response, we can also extract the data. So for that, again, if you have learned JavaScript, you know this. So again, we can apply one more dot then. And here we can have the actual, so let's call it as, you know, something like C response. That means crude response. Okay. So this is the first response. And here I'm going to call it as, okay, let's actually call it as response only. So apply one more dot then, and here you can get the data coming in the response, the message or the data. And now you can print that. And again, guys, if you don't know what is fetch and how it works and how this promises is working, again, there is a async.js course completely where I've already taught all this stuff. So this is all basic JavaScript, and in React, you should know this. So now, guys, let's test it one more time for another user. So let's register Rithik for this case. So Rithik @gmail.com. Password I'm going to put as Rithik. Age I'm going to put as 22 and join. And guys, see, you got this. Oh, why it is undefined? Okay, what's the issue? Okay, I forgot, guys. Here you need to do response. I forgot. You need to perform return response.json. So don't need to perform return, just mention response.json. This function is what extracts the data. So I forgot this. Okay. So once you get the response, extract the JSON out of it. And then in this data, you'll get the message. Okay. And again, guys, I'm not explaining the whole fetch thing here. Everyone who is watching this course from start, they know it. Again, so please learn fetch first. This is basic JavaScript, not even the concept of React. It's basic JavaScript. Okay, now let's register one more guy. So let's register Drex. So Drex @ I actually forgot to convert that to JSON. Yeah, that was the issue. And now password is also Drex. And age, let's say 26. And join. And here you guys, you can see the message, user registered. So what we do here, just to give you an idea, we get a crude response, a core response with a lot of things. We say, from that response, just give me the JSON which is coming from the API. So this was the JSON coming from the API, this data, message, user registered. So I extracted that, and that extracted data is available in the second dot then. And we can print it. So guys, are we cleared, everyone? Guys, all set, can you please confirm? And now it's your job to simply print this message on your UI somewhere. And that's it, that's all. So guys, everyone, can you please confirm, are we cleared with this whole logic? So let's do that. Let's also print this message on your screen somewhere. Okay. So for that, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to create one more state variable called as message. So const message set message. Okay, guys. And in that, I'm going to use a use state. Okay. And in that, I'm going to store an object of type. So type will be, guys, it will simply say if that message is of error type or is it of, you know, success type. So type will be something blank initially, and also message will be also blank initially. Is that clear, guys? So our message is an object in which I'm showing two things. Okay, let's actually call it as message data. Okay, so guys, we have type and we have data. In the type, I'll write if it is a success message or if it is an error message. In the data, it will be the actual message. Okay, so message is also an object. So now, once we are successful, see, we are receiving this data from the backend, right? This message. So we want to store this message in this data. So let's create it. Set message. I'm going to set an object. Type will be success message and the data will be whatever is coming in this data, or let's call it as text. Okay, so text will be data dot, what is the message? The property name is message. So data dot message, and that's it, guys. All set, all good. Yeah, you can use Toastify, definitely. So guys, see, simple logic. We also have a message variable inside which I have a blank object, with two properties, and they have blank values, type and text. In type, I want to store what kind of message it is, error or success or something like that. And in text, I want to store the actual text. So as soon as I receive my response, I call the setMessage function, which is the state function by which I change this. And then I store type as success and the text as whichever message I have received, which is user registered. And now you just have to go here somewhere and we need to display it. So in a p tag, we can display message.text. And see, initially you can't see anything because it's blank, right? Initially it is, right guys? Initially it is blank. That's why you can't see anything. Correct, everyone? Initially it's blank. That's why you can't see anything. But as soon as this function is called, set message will happen. It will have some data and state will change, and then you will be able to see the message. So let's do that. Let's now mention Angelina. So Angelina, email angelina@gmail.com, password Angelina, age let's say 23, join, and guys, see that the message user registered, guys. So guys, are we all cleared with this? And now you can stop printing it on the console. You don't need that anymore. So you can stop this console printing. And also to make it look better, guys, to make this message look better, that's why I have this type. That is the only reason I have given this type. See what I can do now. I can give this P a class. And to that class, I can pass the message.type. Okay. If I use Toastify, guys, that's the issue. Then you won't be able to understand how that Toastify internally works. So now you see. So I'm having a P. To its P's class name, I'm passing message.type. So guys, in this case, see, what is the message type? Success. That means inside this class, you'll have success. And now you can add a CSS that whatever element has a class of success, make the color as green. See? So your user registered will come like this. Understood, guys, what I was trying to do? Why I gave that type? So that, now if we type the message type as error, we can have a different color for it. If we type as warning, we can have a different color for it. So we can pass n number of type. So we have a message object in which you have data, text, and you have type. Based on the type, the color will keep changing. We don't have to configure anything. That's the base idea. So guys, I really hope we are clear with this. Everyone, you can also give something like this, like a background color. Background color, light green. See, something like this. And also you can have a width of 100%. See, and also you can have padding of 10 pixel. And also you can have border radius of 10 pixel. And see, guys, how amazing your message is looking now, right? Everyone, see that? Understood what we were trying to do? Okay. Why can't we give that register what, buddy? I can't see. Register form to disappear. Register what to disappear? Register time. Okay, yeah, you can give time. We can just have a set timeout now. Now see guys, there are two things important here. We want to make the fields clear, and also we want to make this message disappear after, let's say, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Very easy guys, very easy. Okay, see. So we'll go here in first of all instead.jsx. See, first of all, whenever the registration is complete, guys, please focus. As soon as the registration is complete, what will happen? First of all, I want to make all my fields clear. For that, you will set the user details back to blank. So set user details back to blank object. Now guys, what is the benefit of putting it in the blank object? Because it's two-way binding. That means if the user detail changes, the form will also change. So if I set the user details back to blank name, blank email, blank password, blank age, because the state is changing, the field will also become blank, right? So now let me test, let me show it, let me test it. So let's register someone. Let's register Akhilesh. Akhilesh. Akhilesh @gmail.com. Akhilesh 23. Now see, if I click on join, my form fields get cleared. See that everyone? That's what we wanted. My form field gets cleared. Is that cleared guys? Everyone? Got the idea everyone? So your form field gets cleared. Okay, because you set the user details back to blank, and if you change the user details, your form field also resets because it is two-way binding. Whenever the state changes, the form field also changes. That is the reason we did two-way binding. And guys, also one more thing, and guys, see, animation transition you guys can apply completely fine, right? But again, after 5 seconds, I want this user register to go away. So for that, see, we know that as soon as set message happens, this block appears, user registered. So as soon as the block appears, I also want to start a timer. So set timeout. Okay. And a function will be called. Okay, is that clear guys? And here I'm going to put as something like, let's say 5 seconds. So 5,000. And guys, I want it to go away. And to make it go away, we know it's coming there because I have some data. Okay. So what you can do is, let's apply some CSS. Let's keep by default type as something like, invisible. So by default type will be invisible message. Something like that. Okay. So let's go here. Dot invisible message will have the exact same features, but only it will not have the background color and the color. Other than that, everything will be same. Width, height will be same. So now see guys, first of all, it's there. Let me show you. It's there. See that? It's there. I hope you can see that guys. It is there. But the class is invisible message. That's why we can't see it. Okay. You can also have some dummy text initially. Something like, dummy message. You can see now it's visible dummy message, but I don't want to make it visible. So for that thing, we'll also make, something like initially when it is invisible message, we'll make it display none. Not display none, let's keep visibility hidden or opacity 0. There are a lot of things. So opacity 0. So now guys see, it's there, but you can't see it. See, it's there. See that everyone? It's there. You have that P, but the class is invisible message. That's why you can't see it. Okay, everyone, you can't see it. But as soon as registration happens, okay, we change the type to success. So the class will become success. Okay, and when the class becomes success, it will turn to green. And it will also make opacity as 1. It will turn to green. It will turn to green because of this, and opacity will be 1. Simple logic, everyone. Is that cleared, guys? Hopefully, we are getting cleared with this. Okay, opacity will turn to 1. That means it will be visible. And once it is visible, after some time, I will again set it back to. Now, guys, this is just one way, okay? Invisible message. So again, the class will change to invisible message after 5 seconds. And data can be anything like a dummy message, something like that. Dummy message. That's it. Now see guys, everyone focus. So we know it's there. We know it's there. You can see invisible message is the class initially. As soon as I register someone, so let's register Nikita here. So Nikita @gmail.com. Password, let's say Nikita. Age, let's say 25. And see guys, join. It's visible because the class changed to success. And after 5 seconds, it will again change back to, see guys, notice, it's gone. Is that clear guys? So done everyone. All set. So you have everything now. Cleared guys, everyone understood what's going on. Your form also gets cleared and everything is perfectly fine. And now we are good to go with login. All cleared guys, everyone. And guys, come on, we are very close to 2.9k because it's 899. Come on guys, everyone, if you're new, please don't forget to subscribe. Okay. And again guys, this is the project session. Before this, we have learned the whole React. Okay, so you have to watch all that to understand whatever is going on here. Okay. So now then, let's go guys. Let's go to login everyone. And now it will be simple. Right guys, login will be simple because we have already done work with register and a lot of things are already done. So we know how to read forms and all that stuff. Right? Okay, yes, 100 to 3k. Yes. Now it's 2.9k. Thank you so much guys. Our aim is to reach 3k. Let's see if we can reach 3k by end of this project. Hopefully we'll reach. Hopefully. So now guys, registration done. I hope you guys have understood the 100% of it. Can you please tell me guys? Have you guys understood the whole 100% of how registration is working and how the whole process is going on? So you saw, right, internally there was so much task. It was not very direct. Internally, it was field reading, field resetting, displaying message, a lot of things. Okay. So yep guys, thank you so much for 2.9k. Let's aim 3k by the end of this project. Let's hope, or maybe by the end of the January. Let's see guys if we can reach 3k. So guys, let's go everyone. Let's go to login and now it should be fairly simple, just like register. So guys, ready everyone? Let's make login quickly. So once we are logged in, then that will be done for today's session. Then guys, also I want, once I finish the session, I will upload this whole project on GitHub. But I also want you guys to create it by tomorrow, if you can. If you have time, if you have that much time, please create it by tomorrow so that you can be with me in this project. Okay. So now guys, let's go with login everyone. Today is refreshed, amazing. So we already did it, right, last time. But last time it was very fresh. It's now 13 days, so I understand. Some things just go here and there. Okay, now then guys, let's go everyone. Login. So again guys, first of all, base logic. What is the base logic? We have a form. Simple idea, we have a form. So if we have a form, definitely, first of all, we need a state variable. So let's again call it as user details, or you can call it as user cred here. So guys, here, let's not call it as user details. Let's call it as user cred. Is that clear guys? Because it's credentials only. Okay, so user creds, set user creds equals use state. Now so again guys, we are revising it again. The whole registration we are revising again. Use state, we have a form with 2 fields. So we need 2 fields here. Email, blank. Now see how fast it will be for you. Password, blank. Correct guys? Everyone? All set? Now, we need a function, handle input, right? And inside that we'll have the access to event object. Now, whenever someone types in these fields, what I want is, I want that data, the name of that field and the data which I'm typing in the field to go in the object. So for that guys, what we do, we call set user creds in this case. Here we get the previous state, in this case which was blank. Then return a new state object which holds the previous state, but also the new property which is getting created by the name of the field, event.target.name, name of that field in which whatever I'm writing, in whatever I'm filling the data, and the value, whatever I'm filling. So target.value. Guys, I hope now it's much more understandable, right? Everyone, because we have already done it. So now whenever someone performs a on change, in this input field we call handle input, right? So whenever someone starts typing in the email field, this function is called. We change the state variable, we get the previous object and add a new property in which the name of the field goes email and whatever I'm typing in this field that also goes as a new value. That's simple, right? And same thing we're going to do with password as well. And also for the two-way binding, value user creds dot email value user creds dot password. Okay. And now we need to create one more function just to handle submit. So function, let's call it as handle submit. You can also call it as login function, up to you. And we know that whenever we submit the form, the page refreshes. We don't want that. So for that reason, we'll do event dot prevent default. Okay. And just to get the data, let's print it. Console dot log user creds. Is it clear, guys? Everyone? Let's see. So now let's call this function on the form. On submit this. And also, guys, for basic validation, let's put required. And for the password, you can also put pattern, but in this case, max length 8. That was the validation which we provided there as well. And that's it, guys. That's all, everyone. That will be enough to get the data. Let's see if it is working. So email sgupta@gmail.com, password hello. And now see if I click on login. Here we go, guys, everyone, we get the data. Now, once you have got email and password, according to the endpoint to perform login, you need to call this endpoint /login, localhost colon 8000 /login. It should be a post request and you need to send email and password, which we already have. Now then, time to call the request, everyone. Let's go. Shall we? So fetch, the URL is this. Method should be post. Again, you're sending data, so it should go in body. And again, guys, data for you, it's in JavaScript object. See, this is a JavaScript object. To send it, you need to convert it into JSON string. So JSON.stringify user creds. So see, guys, I'm sending email password. On the API level, it will check if this email and password is validated, if it is correct. If it is correct, it should send us a token. If it is incorrect, it should send a message saying wrong username password. So that's what we're expecting. And also, guys, whenever you're sending data through body, please remember, you need to always send a header which will tell the server the type of the data. So content type application /JSON. Okay. All set. That should be it. And now let's receive the response. So dot then. Now, guys, we know again it's going to be the create response, the core response. So we'll just return the JSON. We'll just extract the JSON from it. So response.json. And then here we'll get the actual data or the message that we are getting. So data. Let's print it. Console.log data. And also if there's some error, so dot catch some error. If there's some error, just console.log it. Guys, you can also handle it using async and await. It's completely fine. So error. Cleared, guys, everyone? Now let's see. What are we getting in this data? Let's see that. So first of all, let's pass wrong username password. So any username, first of all, any wrong email. So let's pass correct email. Okay, fine. Let's pass wrong email actually. Let's pass sgu@gmail.com, which is wrong email. We know that. And password as anything, random. Login. See, guys, you get that right? User not found. That means for the email that you're writing, there is no user. If you have seen the API creation, you know what's happening. We first check if the email is correct and only then we check if the password is correct. So in this case, email is incorrect. So you got username not found, user not found. Now let's pass the correct email as gupta@gmail.com and incorrect password. Here we go. Now you get incorrect password as your message. Amazing, right? And only if you pass the correct password, you should receive the token. And guys, here we go. Message is login success and you got the token as well. Isn't it amazing, guys? Our API is so perfectly working, right? And again, guys, if you don't know how the API is working, don't worry. I have shown you the endpoints. That to call this login, you need to send email password. As a React developer, we are sending that. And if we pass wrong username, we get message as user not found, which we can display on the screen. If it is wrong password, we get incorrect password. And if it is everything is correct, then we get message login success and also the token that we needed. Is that clear, guys? Everyone? Perfectly cool, right? I hope you're enjoying it so far. I hope that you guys are enjoying it so far, everyone. So now let's also do the messaging logic, right? We need to show the message for user not found and incorrect password. So let's go, everyone. Again, same logic. We'll do what? We'll create a state variable called as message. Same logic. So const message. And guys, see, in this case, we can also, create a message globally. But as I say, this is the starter project. This project is for beginners. That's why I'm not doing a lot of complicated things. We can also make this message object global and we can use it everywhere. But again, guys, as I'm saying, this is a beginner's project. That's why not making it very complicated, keeping it easy so that you can understand it and so that you can, after some time, you can also enhance it and make it much more better. Okay, so let's go. Message, set message. Logic will be same. We'll use an object in this again. Same logic, use state. There will be a type which will be initially invisible message. And there will be a message initially, text, which will be some dummy message. Okay. And in here, now we'll create a message box. P, its class will come from the type of that message. So we'll call it as, message.type, and its data will come from message.text. And now, guys, see, once we get it, so now see, we are getting three types of message. One is user not found, one is incorrect password, but our API is not returning the perfect data actually. We are returning message and token and all that stuff. So what we should do to make it better? We should do one more thing. We should also give proper status codes actually. We should have given proper status codes. Okay, we are actually given it. You can see. Are we getting a proper status code if user is not found? Yeah, we got 404 and we got 403. Okay, guys. Okay, perfect. See, we get status code as 404 if the user is not found. And we get 403 if the password is incorrect. Amazing, right? So we can use this 404 and 403 to properly give message type if it is an error message or success message. Is that clear, guys, everyone? Let's go. Okay, so now, guys, that response is available in here. Let me show you before returning this. So now, guys, we can't write a single line because we want to do some more things in here as well. So we'll return it from here so that it works. And also let me show you how the response looks like. Console.log. Just to show you response. Now see, guys, everyone please focus. See, now I'm not writing a single line of code. I'm writing return separately. I hope you're understanding. It's the exact same thing, right? It's the exact same thing, guys. It's just I wanted to print response. I wanted to add one more line of code. That's why I created the whole function, right? If it is a single line of code, we know in arrow functions, if it is a single line of code, we can directly write it in one line. That's how we write in initially. Now, we also wanted one extra line because I want to show you something. Let me write the email, a wrong email, sgupta@gmail.com and some random password. See what happens. See, guys, in response, you got a code of 404. Correct? Let's correct the email. An incorrect password. Let's see what do we get in that. You got a code of 403. Okay. So response.status will be either 403 or 404. So let's go here. So here only if response.status is equal to 4. Okay, is it number or a string? I think it's number, right? Yeah. If it is 404, then set a message. Then we need to what, guys? Set a message. So set message type will be, it's going to be an error message, and text will be username or email or whatever message you're getting. You can also do that, but doesn't exist. Let's say doesn't exist. Okay. Else if okay, else if response dot status is 403, then we'll set a message as incorrect password. And see, guys, what do we get if it's all correct? Let me confirm that. In the response, you get a status of where is the whole response? No, why the whole response is not getting printed here? Oh, I forgot. I removed the console.log. Sorry. So console.log. What is the status code that we get? That's what I want to see. Here we go. You get 200. Correct? So for that reason, we'll use else if. Else. That means fine. Else if the response dot status is equal to 200. In that case, just return the JSON, whatever you got, and that should be it. So guys, see now, we are also working on the response. So if the code is 404, set message as error, type is error, and username or email doesn't exist. If the status is 403, type is error of the message and text is incorrect password. If it is 200, then only we return the JSON so that it can be used here. Is that clear, guys? Everyone understood what we did? So we also worked a little bit with the response. Till now we were only returning it. Normally we always return it. Now here we work with it. We use the status code to understand what's going on, and accordingly we set the message. Is that clear, guys? Everyone, what we did here? Can you please confirm that quickly, everyone? So now we are directly working on the crude response. And sorry, mistake with the bracket here. Okay. So now, guys, we are directly working with the crude response. Okay. So in the crude response, we check if the status code is 404, then this is the message. If it is 403, then this is the message. Only if it is 200, then I return the response.json so that I can use it. And guys, just let me just, press any key. Let me just, the TV will be off because it's, yeah, hopefully. Press any key to cancel. Why it's not cancelling? Okay, hopefully it is cancelled. Okay, all good. Otherwise the TV will go in standby mode. Okay, all good. No issues in that case. I'll make sure that doesn't happen again. Okay, nice then. So guys, let's go. And also let's print the message here. Okay, have we printed it? Amazing. Okay, now finally guys, one thing that we have not done is we have not created anything for error. So for the, see, for success type of message, we display background color green. For this message, we'll display light red. Do we have anything like light red? No. So we can have something like light pink actually. And the color of text will be red. And this will be for error classes. Okay, simple idea. And now let's see. So now guys, no need to go in the console. If I pass wrong email, see that? Username or email doesn't exist. Okay, let's correct the email. Incorrect password. Amazing, right? And only if you go ahead and type the correct password now, you get the token. Is it clear, guys? Everyone, are we all set? And also, guys, we need to, remove this text as well. So for that, again, a simple set timeout. And also, guys, we need to clear the field every time. Actually, not every time. Not every time we need to clear the field. So once the message is displayed, we start a set timeout of 5 seconds. Okay. And we simply say that set message again back to the type will be invisible message. And text will be any dummy thing, doesn't matter. We're not even displaying it. So it's okay. So now this should go away after 5 seconds every time we display it. So guys, all cleared everyone? Hopefully, and I don't know why it's not going away. Press any key to cancel. I'm cancelling it, but showing me 140 seconds to power off. Come on, man, go away. What's happening? I don't want to switch off the TV. Come on, please. Please go away. Okay, anyway, guys, if it switches off, don't worry, I'll switch it on. The live will not go anywhere. So guys, everyone, are we cleared with this? Please confirm that quickly. Are we cleared with everything that we have done so far? Now, finally, guys, what we want to do is, if the login is successful, we want to go to some other page. That's all. We want to go to some other component. Is that cleared, guys? Everyone, are we cleared? Please confirm that till now. Are we cleared, everyone? And one more thing, guys. What I want is this token, when it comes, it should be always there. Like in future, even if I close my browser and come back again, this token should be there. So for that case, guys, we have to store this token in the local storage, so that even if I close my app and come back tomorrow, this token should be there. Is that clear, guys? So two things. If the login is successful, we need to do two things. And the two things are, if the login is successful, we need to do two things. And two things are, first, storing this token in the, where we say, in the local storage, and also redirecting to a new component. So two things. Let's go and let's do it. So first of all, we'll store that token. We are getting it here. And also I see right now, I'm only sending a message and a token. Okay. I'll make some changes in the API because I also want to send the username of that person, email or ID, maybe ID of that user. Generally, you will also get the ID of the user who is logging in. Here, I'm only displaying the message and the token. Okay. So I'll change something in the backend and I'll also send the user ID. Don't worry, I'll change the API. So tomorrow, guys, in here, we'll get three things. Or I can do it right now as well, actually. But okay, anyway, are you understanding my point, guys? Because we will also need the user ID. That's why I'm also going to send the user ID. But for now, let's store this whole thing in the local storage. So once we get it, if it is successful, we'll do this. Local storage dot set item. Okay, the TV is switched off now. This is what I was worried about. I don't know why it told me that press any key to cancel. Guys, just give me a second, because I didn't do any interaction in so much time. Okay, it's on, hopefully. I'm really sorry about this. I'm really sorry about this. I don't know, any key was not getting pressed, even though it told me press any key to cancel. Let me see if I can see your chats. Okay, all good. So local storage.set item, let's call it as Nutrify user. And guys, see, I'm going to store this whole object. I want to store this whole object. So for that reason, what we need to do is, it's object. In local storage, you cannot store object, so you have to convert it to a string again. So JSON dot stringify that whole data, which contains this message as well as the token. Are we cleared, guys? Everyone? That's it. That's all. And also, we need to redirect. So for redirection, first of all, we need a page. So let's go and create one more component. Let's create one more component, and we're going to call it as, let's say something like, track food. So track dot JSX. Okay, let's create a dummy component for now. So export default function track. And guys, listen to me very carefully now. Okay, just return some data for now. We're not doing it today, we'll do it tomorrow. So return h1 welcome, you are logged in. Is it clear, guys? Everyone? Amazing, right? So we need to go to this page. But guys, now see, till now, okay, first of all, we also need to create a route for this component. So let's quickly go and create a route for this component. So route slash path will be slash track, element will be track. Is it imported? Let me see. No, let's import it as well. So import track. Now guys, see, till now you were going to any component by clicking a link. Correct everyone? You were going to a particular component by clicking on a link. Now what I want is, as soon as someone logs in, they should automatically be redirected to that component. Till now we were clicking a link like, okay, register, click, so we go to register component. We click on login, we go to login component. But now what I want is, if the login is successful, internally we should go to the track component. So how to redirect someone? See, when I click on a link, I get redirected to that page. See, when I click on register, I get redirected to registration page. When I click on login, I get redirected to the login page. But now what I want is, if the login is successful, internally we should get redirected to the track page. We are not going to create a link for that. So let's see how to redirect internally, programmatically, by not clicking a link, automatically how to redirect someone. So buffering. Is it buffering, guys? Everyone, is it buffering? Can you please tell me? Is it buffering? Guys, is it buffering or everything is fine? Can you please confirm that quickly? Because I'm also watching it on YouTube and here it is looking perfectly fine. So can you guys please confirm once? So I can, just check my internet quickly. No, all good? So Akhilesh, I think you have to check it, buddy, just once, your internet connection, or maybe no issues. It might get solved in some time. Okay. So now guys, see, we know there are three ways to open a link. One is directly go in a browser and type. Here you are. You open the link. One is you click on a link and open a component. Third way is, if something happened, internally you want to go to that component or go to that route. So now we want to go internally here. So for that, guys, we need a hook which comes from React Router DOM called as use navigate. Okay. And we need to create a function of this hook. So const, call it navigate equals use navigate. And now guys, this navigate function gives you an ability. So basically what I want is, if the login is successful, then I'm storing the data in local storage, and also I want to navigate on the spot to slash track. And now guys, it will happen automatically. So navigate to slash track. And now see, if I put correct username and password, so sgupta8mz@gmail.com. Actually, it's only sgupta. Password SAURABH. And see guys, it automatically goes there. Okay, but I typed the wrong password. Why it is happening? I typed the wrong password. Where's my message? Okay, guys, see. This then is always getting called, no matter what happens. Right, guys? This then is always getting called. That's why this navigate also got called. See, it doesn't matter if this message is setting, if this message is setting, if JSON is returning. This is always getting called. Is that cleared, guys? So what we need to check is, see, we know, okay, one issue now, one issue, perfect. Okay, so what we want is, only if I receive token in this data, so console.log data. See, only if I am receiving a token, that is the only correct time to redirect and store it in local storage. So we'll check if, see guys, because see, understand this. This we are doing for messages, right? This we are doing for messages. But we know that this dot then is always getting called. So if this dot then is always getting called, in that case, whatever you write here, that will also be called. So for that reason, check if, see, because remember this, guys, remember this. If you type incorrect things, you get this as a response, right? Where is the response? Wait. Okay, you're not printing it anymore. Okay. Okay, and then what we can do is, see, please focus here, guys. See this. So you get this data. Okay. So only if this token is coming up, then only I want to perform local storage and navigate. So we can check if this data is having a token property. So is not equal to undefined. That means if data is coming from the backend, it's having this token, then only I want to perform this local storage and navigation. Otherwise, no. For anything, no. Is it clear, guys? That's the operation we wanted to do. Are we cleared, guys? No need to use effect here, right, Nikita? So guys, see now the whole process. Understand the whole process. We type username password. This is called. Now there are three things that can happen. One is your response will be 404. In that case, you display username or email doesn't exist. One is your response will be 403. In that case, incorrect password. One is your response will be 200. In that case, you return the JSON data. Is that cleared, guys? Everyone? Okay. Now, this then will always will be called. Okay. Are you getting the point, everyone? So whatever you put here directly will be called directly. So I'm checking that if this data is coming, check if it is having token. Only if it is having token, then I want to perform this operation. So if something else comes in this data, we won't perform this operation. Only if token is there, then we'll perform this operation. Is it clear, guys? Everyone, can you please confirm that? Quickly tell me, guys. And also in here, what you can do is you can actually remove this else if you don't need it. You can always return this. You can always return this response. Completely fine. Always return this. No matter what happens, always return. Yeah, that's okay. Yes, Bilal, yes. So guys, are we cleared with this? Can you please tell me, are we understanding? So if the status is 404, we just set the message. Doesn't matter. If the status is 403, we just set the message. Whatever we are getting from the backend, we always print it. See, let me show you again. If I print the console.log data, so whatever I'm returning from here, I'm printing it here. Now let me show you. So see, guys, if the username is incorrect, you get this as data. Okay. If the password is incorrect, you get this as data. Right? That means in this data, if the username is incorrect, you get user not found. If the password is incorrect, it will print incorrect password. For both of them, I don't care. I literally don't care. For both of them, I don't care. Only if everything is correct, then you get the token in that data. And only if in the data there is a token, then only I want to store it in local storage and navigate. For other data, I don't care. For other data, I don't even care. Is it clear much more now, guys? So initially we didn't think of this. Now it's perfectly fine. Okay. So according to the response status, we set different messages, but whatever data we are getting in response, we always return it. And only for the data which is containing token, we'll do this. Other than that, we won't do anything. Cleared, guys? What if we use data.token is equal to null? We can't use null. Null means that token is there, but it's null. Undefined means token is not there. There is a difference between null and undefined, Drex. Remember that. So if you use null, that means token variable is there, but it's having null. Null is a value. Undefined means token variable is not even there. Is it clear, buddy? So we know that if this response comes, token is not there. If this response comes, token is not there. Only in this response, token is there. So null means token is there, but it's null. Undefined means token is not even there. So now guys, let's go, everyone. So see, if I pass wrong password, it doesn't redirect, incorrect password. But if I pass correct password, it should redirect. Here we go. Welcome, you are logged in. Is it cleared, guys? Everyone. And you can also check your local storage now if you want. See, if you check your local storage now, so local storage, the dot get item. What is the name of the item? Nutrify user. Let's get it. Nutrify user. And see that, guys? Everyone? See that? Your message and your token is there. Are we cleared, guys? Everyone, are we cleared with this? So now the first step of the whole application is completed. Now you're able to register with now sorry guys, we have not created any normal application. We're able to register. We are displaying proper messages as well. We're able to log in with proper messages as well. And now we're able to redirect. Cleared guys? So this was the first step of the application. Okay. I hope it's cleared. I really hope it's cleared. Okay. Now tomorrow when we come back, okay. First of all, let me listen to me very carefully. The agenda for tomorrow, see, we are ending it here because I don't want to burden you with a lot of things. I don't want to burden you with a lot of things. So tomorrow when we come back, we have a lot of things to do. Things like, what if user is not logged in? And what if they know the URL? See guys, one problem. What if someone from login, without performing login, directly goes in the URL and writes track? See, they can reach the track page. I don't want to allow this. Only if you're logged in, then only you can reach this track component. Otherwise, they should not be able to reach the track page. Getting my problem? See guys, no matter anywhere, in any browser, if you're thinking that, oh, it is stored in local storage, that's why it's happening. No, any browser. Right now, in any browser, see this. People can reach their page. Without even logging in, people are able to reach your page. This is something we want to avoid. So we need to protect this particular route. We need to tell this route that you will be only opening when someone is logged in. We need to do that logic. See, now we're able to log in and storing the token in local storage. We're able to do that. But now we need to also check if someone is logged in, then only track should be allowed. Otherwise, no one should be allowed to go on track page. Secondly, we also need to make logout. Okay. So tomorrow's agenda is again pretty big. We need to protect our routes. So guys, this concept is called as route protection. This concept is what we call as route protection. Okay. Basically, you tell some of the routes that you will be only accessible when the user is logged in. So we need to protect this route. Right now it's not protected. That's why without login you can access it. It should be only accessible after login. So we need to protect this route. First. Second is we need to create logout. Third is in the API I'll make some changes, okay, to get the data, to get username as well, username and user ID as well. Right now it's only message and token. I also want user ID, so I'll make those changes. So tomorrow we'll start getting user ID as well. And then we'll move on to track. Yes, private route. Yes, Jonax. Private route, protected route, whatever you want to call it. Yes, those are the names. What if the API is not built by us? Do we still need to set the local storage? Yes, Stephen. Even if the API is built by anyone else, if you see API is running somewhere else. See, right now it's in my PC because it's my local PC. But what if API is in some server in America? And if I'm calling the API, token will come from there. Getting my point? Without token, you cannot access other things. That's the problem. Is it cleared, buddy? No. In JavaScript, null is not equal to undefined tracks. If you check it, I don't know, but I don't think so. Null is equal to undefined. I don't think so. Is it giving us true? It should not be like that. Wait, let me show you. Null. See, if I create a variable called as data and if I put it null, see, so now data is null. And if I put a variable called as n, which is not there, let's say nafr, see, it's undefined. So null can, so even though, see, if it is showing you null equals to undefined, but technically, I don't think so it should be like that. Because see, nfr is undefined. That means it's not even there. Null is a value. Null is a value. So if you compare data with nafr, see, nfr is not defined. So that's undefined. When you give the value, then it might be like that. But when you don't give a value, so by default, every variable is undefined. It's not null, it's undefined. When you don't give any value. Is that clear, buddy? Are you getting the point? Hopefully. So maybe while comparison it might be happening, but when you don't give a value, it's undefined. Null is a value which you give. By default, variables don't get null here. They get undefined. Is it clear, Drex? Okay. Just how if I logged in and copied the URL and shared it with you who is not logged. Yes, exactly. Yes. So guys, are we cleared with this whole scenario, everyone? Please tell me. Are we cleared with all the things that we have done today? So today we have completed registration, okay? And today we have also completed login. Now tomorrow our job is to perform, let's say we call it 2.1, is to perform route protection. And then we have to perform track a food item and then all this other stuff. So two things done today. Now tomorrow's things are pretty much easy. So don't worry, we'll be doing it as well. The two are coming true. Okay, then maybe we can check tomorrow also 6:30, guys. Happy Pongal, positive happy Pongal to everyone, guys. I wish you a very, very happy Pongal. I hope you're enjoying it. Chill stream will be on, maybe we can do it tomorrow, 10:30 or something like that. Why not? We can play some games and quizzes there. Okay, it's working like that. Okay, so see, even though if it is showing true, but when you get, what do you say, the token, see, let me see this. To check it, we can do this. Okay, even though if it is working, why I am inclining towards undefined, I'll show you why. See, so if I do console.log data.token, see what it gives me. Now see, if I type wrong username, and now I won't receive token, right? Wrong password. See? So, okay, where is it? Is it not printing it? And also let me print the data. Okay. And see, it prints undefined. See that? That is why I'm going towards undefined a little more, because it is giving us undefined. So when it is not there, it gives me undefined. If it is null, you can also go with null. It's not a problem, Drex. Are you getting my point? The reason I'm going towards undefined is because when the token is not there, it gives us undefined only. That's why I'm going towards undefined. Is it cleared? Is it cleared, buddy? Is it cleared, Drex? Yes, German to English. JavaScript has a lot of glitches like this, but again, it is one of the most amazing languages, right? So guys, everyone, are we cleared with this? Can you please confirm that? Drex, are you cleared, buddy? So if it is null, you can also go for null. In this case, I'm going for undefined because according to what I think of is whenever you don't have that particular property or the variable, it should be undefined. But again, if null is working, it's completely fine. You can go with null. Okay. But null is a value which is given, even though only the comparison is getting true. Remember that, even though only the comparison is getting true, but null is a value which is given. Undefined is a value which is not given. If it doesn't have a value, it's undefined. It's like that, the logic. Okay. Hopefully you're understanding it, getting my point here, Drex. So guys, I'm going to upload this project on Git. You'll get it all there. Okay. And this project name is Nutrify Fresh. Remember, there might be an old project called as Nutrify. This project name is Nutrify Fresh, the new one. Okay. So please focus on that and try to complete registration and login, guys. Okay. And also the API is there on the repository as well. Okay. You can just go and search. The API is also there. You can download the API and download MongoDB and start working with the API as well. I'll do one thing. I'll try to launch this API somewhere so that you guys can also use it. Maybe I'll try to launch it somewhere for free so that you can also use this API. Is that clear, guys? Otherwise, simply install MongoDB and that's it. No need anything else. Simply install MongoDB and I'll give you this whole API. It will work for you. Okay? Or just watch my Node.js course. You'll get everything there. Okay, guys. So that's it for today. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's aim for 3K subscribers at least by the end of January. Let's hope we'll reach it there. And please, guys, if you can, share the channel, share the video with your friends and colleagues. Let's see if we can reach 3K by end of January or by end of this course. And guys, a lot of things are coming up. In the chill stream, we'll discuss the whole agenda for 2024 because I'm planning for Python full stack. I'm planning for Java full stack. So Java, Spring, Spring Boot, all that stuff. And from Python side as well. Okay. Sir, will you complete the track web page HTML? No, Rishikesh. Today also I built the whole page. So tomorrow also I will build the whole page. Don't worry. I'm not going to create anything beforehand. Even if it takes some time, I'm going to do it in front of you guys. So no, I'm not going to build any HTML. Today also, see,